Hey Fragrance family, I'm Daver.
And I'm Talia.
And we're the Fragrance Bros. Coming at you again with another fragrance review, this time on Pure Wood by Thierry Mugler. And of course, I have my lovely wife Talia returning again. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
And she's just going to be here for a few videos. We're going to do a couple of women's reviews and a couple of them. So I thought she would be interesting just to be here for this review. Because she has some thoughts on this fragrance too. Alright, so let's get straight to it. Date introduced is 2014, this year obviously. It is classified as an Oriental Woody. Notes are oak, cypress, patchouli, coffee, and vanilla. Pretty small note list for this, but it is packing a punch. So you haven't worn this, obviously. It's a men's fragrance, but for longevity and projection, I think they are excellent. They are really, really good, and as you can attest to, you've been there when I've tried it on. But yeah, it is excellent for longevity and projection.
Absolutely.
Really, really strong.
And I smell it a couple rooms away.
Yeah, I actually really like that. And for the last couple of Thierry Mugler releases, it seems like that has been toned down a little bit. I don't think that was necessarily on purpose. I think that was just because of the situation with the notes they were working with. But on this one is pretty strong, bringing it strong this time, so really liking that. Season, I would say this is fall and winter for sure. Yeah. Definitely fall and winter. I think this is great day or night, can work equally for both. Yeah. I think purpose, this is great for casual or a date. I think it works great in those situations. All right, so let me ask you what you think of Pure Wood. Now, I know I have it on my hand, so you can smell a little bit there.
First sniff on paper, it is amazing. Like, I really loved it. Then when you sprayed it, didn't like it so much. Part of it could be because it's so strong.
Yeah.
And it could be that vanilla in there. Sorry, y'all know, if you've watched these, I'm not a big vanilla fan. It's not very prominent, but it's definitely there.
Yeah.
It just cuts right through the middle of it. But it's funny, it's interesting, because when you spray it in the air, I guess the further away from you I am, the better I like it. So
okay.
I don't like it just smelling it right against your skin.
Okay, yeah.
Won't say anything about skin chemistry, Dave. But when you sprayed it and you walked away from me, the scent trail was nice.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I love this fragrance. I think it's fantastic. I admit, you know, I'm getting really tired of the Pure line of flankers. I think it's kind of getting tired, and we know every year it's going to come out around the fall. There's going to be a new Pure line. What's it going to be next time? Pure metal. What's going to be the next time? Pure lamp. What's going to be next time? Pure light post. It's going to be, you know,
pure cotton.
Pure cotton. It's going to be something, you know. It's going to be something just you know, out there. And but whenever they announce Pure Wood, everyone kind of had their ears perked up about this one, because for whatever reason, everyone was believing the best of this fragrance, and I think it was really founded here. I think this is a brilliant addition to the Pure line, and it is a fantastic fragrance by itself. One of the things that it really does really well is it still keeps the standard kind of formula for the Pure line, which is the kind of the gourmand aspect of it, and then it matches it with wood, and it does it so well. Those things don't necessarily kind of blend. Yeah. You wouldn't think they would, but they work really, really well here. And let me also talk about the name here. The name here, come on, Thierry Mugler. This is the worst name in history. There are so many boner jokes yet to come, and so many I've already heard.
So many I could have made during this review.
Yeah, and I just cut something out in between, but in between takes here, you actually were talking about the horrible name this has.
Yeah.
Pure Wood, come on. It could have been anything. It could have been Pure Woods. If you were just to say Pure Woods, it would have meant the same thing for the fragrance, but it would not have had the same sexual connotation for boners.
Yeah. I fear that it's not going to be taken as seriously.
Yeah.
Because of that.
It's already made waves and joking on Facebook and everything just because of the name.
Yeah.
people were talking about how they've had a hard-on for pure wood.
Oh.
It is kind of hard to take it seriously when you make this kind of joke. It's kind of breaking the fourth wall in a lot of ways. But the fragrance by itself is great, and this is very, very woody. It's very woody. See, it's not hard to talk about. So the main note you get out of this is oak. It has a lot of oak, and I really love oak. I know I've talked about it several times in other reviews that we've made, but we live in an area that that has these live southern oaks that are huge in Mobile. If you look up Mobile, you'll see these huge oaks, very, very indicative of our area, synonymous with Mobile. But other than that too, especially if people are burning fires, a lot of times is with oak. So in the fall and the winter, you smell oak fires a lot. So just really love the smell. And this has that type of smell. So it's like a very, very natural smoky oak note. And it's not too strong. They tame it a lot in there. They tame it with vanilla and coffee mostly after that. And so it gives it kind of this gourmandish type of flavor there that I really, really like. And it almost smells like, in a way, it kind of almost smells like toasted coconut. It has kind of a coconutty smell. And I love it. It's really, really, really great. As far as patchouli and cypress go, I don't really smell them as much. I think maybe in the background. With all of these, there's always a little bit of patchouli, but it's not, like, I really like patchouli. This doesn't have a very strong patchouli smell to it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me either way, but you're not going to be able to smell that or the cypress as much as you do the other ones. I actually also get sandalwood in the base too, especially when it dries down. I smell some sandalwood in there. They didn't list it in the notes, but I think it's pretty noticeable. So there's that. Now I've heard a few people say, and actually I was talking to Jer recently, and he said that he got a little swab of it and smelled it, and he said it smelled a lot like a even more mature version of pure malt. And I can kind of see that a little bit in the opening. Whenever it first opens, it does have kind of a pure malt like vibe, but it's not a pure malt clone at all. I don't see much of a connection there, other than it just has a slight resemblance in the very beginning. But other than that, it's completely different animal. I think one criticism I have about this fragrance is, besides the name, which you take it or leave it, is the release of this fragrance is in the middle of summer here in the northern hemisphere anyway. And they're releasing it right now in America, and then I think the international release is later in September. So it's kind of hard, and maybe they did that because they wanted to build momentum for the fall, because this is definitely a fall and winter scent. But reviewing it now, it's really hot right now. And so it's going to smell different in the cold. Is the pure wood really hot?
It's hot as balls. And so
but reviewing it now in the middle of the heat, in the middle of the summer, is a little hard, because it's going to smell a lot different in the fall and winter where it belongs.
right.
So I really like it now, but I think I will love it even more in its place.
I'm really looking forward to smelling it then.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you think about it, it just fits so perfectly with the fall.
Yeah.
And so I'm so looking forward to smelling it in the fall.
Yeah. As far as compliment factor, of course, my wife hated it, so I didn't get a lot of compliments from her. I haven't gotten to wear it a lot outside yet, just because we just received it, and so I haven't gotten a lot of compliments there. But I think this will be a very good compliment getter, because it has a very unique edge to it. I think it has a really nice woodiness about it that I think a lot of men will enjoy, and I think they will garner a lot of compliments from a lot of people. But that's just speculation, obviously not personal experience. As far as bang for buck, it's $90 on Thierry Mugler's website, and that is, right along the lines of all their normal releases right now.
Yeah.
They're $90 for a 3.4 ounce. I think that's a great deal, especially for this fragrance that is that's really, really nice. Really, really enjoy it.
You're getting what you paid for.
Yeah, I think it's really worth it there. Now, if you had a rating, what would you rate this fragrance?
I'd probably rate it a 3. I think because for me, it's polarizing within myself.
Okay.
And so I don't love it. I don't hate it anymore. Don't
Okay.
hate it anymore.
Okay.
And so I guess
Could you say you're warming up to pure wood?
it's rubbing on me. Rubbing off on me. I really am warming up to it.
Okay.
I mean, as funny as that is, but it's the more I'm smelling it, the better it is. And I don't know, maybe if you tried wearing a little less of it one day, because it's so strong on its own,
Yeah.
then that may it may just be just the harshness of it
Yeah.
is an offense, just right off the top. And so when it's in the fall and it's not, blazing,
Yeah.
and so intensifying it, and so it's in its right place, I think I would probably bump my rating up then.
Okay.
But right now I think I'd give it a solid 3.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5, a tentative 4. This seems like a fragrance that I'm going to love. But right now I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I really, really like it. It's kind of hard to rate it right now. But just because I want to get this review out, I don't want to wait, 4 months until it gets kind of cold. So
Don't be premature, Dave.
So I'm going to give this a tentative 4 right now. But I really do think that I'm going to really love this, especially in the colder months.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all we have on Pure Wood by Thierry Mugler. Let me know in the comments down below if you like it, love it, hate it, if you've tried it before. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. We'll love you for it. And we'll see you next time with the Fragrance Brothers. Bye.